Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Dirk Hartig, and I'm the head of trading education here at primexpd.com. And out of our usual schedule of that crypto show that runs on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I wanted to address the special situation we see in Bitcoin currently to give you an update on the market and kind of share a roadmap with you what, in my opinion, is going to happen in the next few hours or days. So, over the weekend, we saw, not over the weekend, in fact, it was yesterday night, while I was sleeping at least, Bitcoin jumped over the mark of 50,000 US dollar and is currently in the process of trying to defend it. And look at this picture book reversal. If you are trading Bollinger Bands, it's really a picture book reversal you saw here. So last Thursday, when we last talked, I noticed that possible short trades are in order. I saw the possibility of us dropping here to 42,000, but said also if we cross dynamically over the 200-day moving average again, this is an extremely bullish sign then. And without really much of a pause, Bitcoin started to attack the mark of 50,000 US dollars, indicated here by the green line, crossed it a couple of hours ago and is now in the process of defending it. And the question really is, how are things going to continue from here? What can you do to try to profit from this? What is like the positioning an institutional or professional trader is likely to take here? And as I always say, it's always better not to trade against the trend. That's why we want to have a look again at the sentiment first. And not a big surprise here, the sentiment for Bitcoin or for the crypto market in general has turned to extreme greed, 76 at the moment. Last Thursday, we were at 70 when we last talked, which already was greed. Now we are in the area of extreme greed. Remember, the last time we saw those extremes were on the other side in this orange area where we had extreme fear. And this was when we plunged after the China FUD, after the Elon Musk Tesla FUD. We plunged down here and had this, rather long. It was from back then. Let me get my drawing tool here. We had this long timeline where we really just went sideways, and that was I think like 80 days of really sideways move between 30 and 40,000. And remember back then, we were saying when we went down here, okay, it's the likelihood when you see the Bollinger Bands getting very narrow, like here, is that you soon see a volatility squeeze to either one side, to the upside or downside. And in this case, and we played this back then with stop buy and stop sell orders, we saw it here to the upside. And really look at what happened here. So you had the Bollinger Bands here very narrow to each other. And then suddenly they started diverging from each other like a scissor. And keep this in the back of your mind, because I'm going to zoom in now to the 1 hour time frame. And look what you see here. We had also again here this narrowing of the Bollinger Bands between this area of 48 and 49,500. And now we see here, and these are 1 hour candles, the scissor movement of the Bollinger Bands, indicating that there's a volatility squeeze happening at the moment. And the way those volatility squeeze very often play out is that you see a strong upwards movement followed by a little consolidation, which we are probably seeing right now, followed by another up movement, leads us probably then into the area of 52,000, 53, 54,000. So if this plays out at least a little bit like what we saw back here, we are inbound for an up move, the first leg of what we saw, a move down, followed by another up move, which in this case led us from around about 38,000 to 48,000. So that was another move of what is that, 20%, a little bit more than 20% actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I haven't calculated this wrong. So if history repeats itself, and sometimes it does, but not always, we could see this move up. So this is what you could prepare for if history repeats itself, but it's important here also, of course, to have your stop losses in place. And I really would say this price of 50,000 US dollars in Bitcoin is a very, very important one because it's psychological, very important. So if we close below that, maybe even intraday, if we drop again below that, we could see a cascade of stop losses triggering, because I suspect a lot of people that were able to catch this move that maybe think a little bit now at the moment like, oh, I don't know if this is really healthy to continue. Maybe the sentiment has gotten too greedy. I think we're inbound for a correction again that leads us down to 48, 47, 42,000 or whatever. And a lot of those people probably have placed their stop loss here at 50,000, slightly below. So what we could potentially see is that once we reach that area here around 50,000 again, if that happens, it's not certain, obviously, at the moment, that we see a quick plunge really of 500, 1,000 or even 2,000 US dollars per Bitcoin down because of the cascade of sell orders triggering. So extremely important that we defend this today. This is the area where you maybe would take your losses if you want to play this long. At the moment, it looks like if history repeats itself, if this plays out, this volatility squeeze exactly like last time, then we should see a movement up again, which brings us then to the area maybe of potentially 54 or 55 or 56,000 US dollars. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. This is my personal opinion. This is the opinion I want to share with you because of my long years of trading experience, more than 20 years now, and how probably a lot of institutional professional traders play this out there. But it's important that you make your own well-informed trading decisions. So please, this is educational for you to give you a view on things. You are, of course, responsible for your own trading, for your own due diligence. In any case, we will talk to each other again tomorrow in the next episode of That Crypto Show at 10 a.m. CET. So don't miss it on Twitch or YouTube. And until then, have a good day, safe trading, and always remember to use a stop loss. Goodbye.